Indiana Office Support Services. How can I help you?
Yes, hello. I'm trying to reach the Education Division or Vicky Davis.
You're trying to reach Vicki Davis?
Yes, ma'am. I believe that's the Deputy Director of Education
Mm-hmm.
Division.
It is. I can ask who's speaking.
My name's Chris
Last name?
Throgmorton.
Pronounce it one more time.
Throgmorton. Throgmorton.
Okay, and what county are you calling from?
I'm calling from LaPorte County.
LaPorte County. Okay, give me 1 second and I can see if she's in. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Mhm. Hi, this is Vicki. Can I help you?
Hello. Good morning. I'm trying to find out, essentially, I have some questions about, clerk's office training, specifically, um, I'm trying to, it looks like, this office is, res, they provide, training services to the clerks of courts, and
Sir, we, as an ancillary matter, clerks are invited to one of our conferences, but they are not our primary responsibility.
no, 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 no.
So we,
My question would be in regards to, are you providing required training to the clerks that they would be able to seek out
no,
elsewhere, or
no,
um,
we, no. There is right now, um, um, as part of the implementation of our case management system, clerks receive training on the Odyssey case management system, and some of the clerks and their clerk employees attend a voluntary training that we provide to court staff. But those are clerks that perform functions directly related to court activities. Our office does not generally provide continuing education to clerks at large on all of their statutory obligations and functions. Only when it relates to the judicial branch.
okay, so I suppose my next question would be who who is responsible for I, gue- I guess checking into this education for that's required for the clerks,
That I don't know.
and are there
You could check with the Clerks Association.
are there alternative methods throughout the Indiana courts? Um, I'm just trying to figure out what happens if a clerk doesn't have training, or isn't up to date on their training. Who provides it? Um,
I don't believe that there is an organization that oversees the clerks. They're elected officials. You could check with the Clerks Association. I don't think that there is an entity within the state that oversees
I don't
their
think that
education.
I don't think there is either, and that's sort of what I'm trying to figure out is how exactly that works, because the answer I seem to be getting quite frequently is that because they're an elected official, there's no organization that oversees them. But well, like, it would be the circuit court clerk because they're responsible for the administration of the clerk's duties throughout the county. So a good comparison would be, I guess, the circuit court judge, who is also an elected official. However, the Indiana rules of Indiana rules of judicial conduct outline a complaint procedure for the judge, though he is an elected official. There's similar procedures for the county auditor, who's an elected official. The just numerous different elected officials, almost all of the elected officials but the clerk's office. And I'm just a lay person, but I'm having a great deal of difficulty understanding what exactly a clerk is trained to do things for at all if they can just do whatever they want. I mean, in your training services that you do provide, do you guys cover any sort of disciplinary action at all?
No,
like,
we do not.
Here's what
No.
happens if you don't do this job correctly?
No.
Man,
No, we do not.
that is absolutely amazing. Because that would seem to me that the clerk, as an independent entity over the administration of justice, pretty much, judges,
Well,
the
they're over the
courts.
administration of the clerk's office.
Right,
not
they're
over the
responsible
court.
for the record keepings for this due process. But if a clerk, who pretty much is responsible for that due process, can't be held to account for it, does due process actually exist? I'm trying to figure out how this works.
Well, unfortunately, sir, I don't have the answers to your question. I don't know if the Clerks Association, if you can, they might have some additional information that they could provide you.
I've never heard of that.
The Indiana Clerks Association.
Okay. Is that a governmental agency?
No, I think that might be a private organization.
Oh, okay. So I can. What do I do?
You should be able to Google that, the Indiana Clerks Association, and find out who the current president is.
What do I?
And
do I just donate or something?
no, I think you could probably call and just talk with the president of the Clerks Association.
Okay.
They might be able to provide you with some additional information on.
Is the clerk of court
There is
a private
No.
organization?
no the Indiana Clerks Association. It's an association composed of all the clerks of the state of Indiana.
Okay.
And they may be able to provide you with some additional information on whether that there is statutory required education that clerks must obtain.
So this
Is
sounds
there
like
any-
a private club that may or may not be able to help me.
I can't hazard a guess on, sir.
Okay. So my next question would be, the clerk, her public official bond is payable to the state of Indiana, and she also swears an oath to the Indiana Constitution. So would this be like private matter? Maybe that I should maybe is this like a civil matter potentially?
Possibly, sir. I can't give you legal advice.
All right. So how would I go about finding the contact information for the Indiana commercial courts? Because it would seem to me that the clerk's office is using my rights of publicity to, seems to be a private service that she's profiting from, elected official or not. It would seem to me you are correct that this is a private matter. So, would the Indiana commercial courts have some contact information?
There is no one Indiana commercial courts. We have a series of courts in Indiana that can handle commercial court cases, but there is no just one single commercial court that I can send you to.
Now, do you know how I would be able to? I've searched a good bit online, and I can't really seem to locate anything that isolates this. But do you know how to find out if they're broken down into some sort of districting or something? Because I live in LaPorte, and it would seem Lake County has one of these commercial courts. However, there are other counties throughout Indiana, and I mean,
Not every. I believe that there's just 6 commercial courts in the state of Indiana. But again, that depends upon you bringing an action against the clerk for dereliction of duties, I would imagine. But
Now,
sir, I cannot give you legal advice.
oh no, I don't want legal advice, ma'am. I would like some legal information. There's a difference, you know. Some of your training materials cover this quite extensively, about 90-something pages. Anyway, I guess my final question would be, how do I obtain... Let me think of how I want to... No, you know what, ma'am? I suppose that's enough for today. Maybe I'll come up with a new list of questions to try to figure out how I can convince myself that this isn't a sham, as far as due process goes. And I'll give you a call back another time. Anyway, you have a lovely day.
You too, sir.